Hey everyone, SV Math Teach here. If you like the sound of my gravelly voice, like and subscribe. Here comes the next video, and this one is on slope. Now slope is, it's something you could spend hours on, but it doesn't need to be difficult for you. Slope is simply a measure of how steep a line is, what direction it goes, or when not looking at lines, it could be considered a unit rate as well. So in most contexts, what you're going to need to do with slope, unless you're writing problems from word problems, is to look at graphs and identify what a slope is, or look at an equation and graph a slope. And graphing, I have videos on that as well. But right now, let's look at 4 different lines, and I'm going to show you how to calculate slope of these 4 different lines. Key component in each one of these is that you need 2 spots where your line touches the grid at a really convenient location. And there will be times when you have more than 2 options, but you only need 2 of them. And there will be time when you have lots and lots of options. Once again, you only need 2. So in each one of these graphs, I'm going to go ahead and identify 2 places where my line crosses at a convenient spot. And then now I'm going to literally just count how much I go up, which is my rise, and how much I go over, which is my run. If I go up, that's positive. If I go down, it's negative. If I go to the right, it's positive. If I go left, it's negative. And that's all there is to counting slope from a graph. Let's check it out. I'm going to take this first dot as kind of my bouncy ball technique. Watch this. From this lower dot, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that my slope of the black line is 7 over 5. Now you could turn that into 1.4 because slopes can be decimals as well, but that's it. Let's do the blue line. All right, let's grab this guy. I'm going to start at the lower one and go up 1, and then go left 1, 2, 3, 4. So up was up 1, and left was left 4. Notice how I have a positive on the top and a negative on the bottom. That simplifies to negative 1/4. Done. Right? So some slopes will be negative. They'll go up and left or down and right. You could make that into a decimal, of course, but don't forget your negative. There will be some lines like the purple one at the top that are horizontal. If I imagine counting from one to the other, I'm going to do this one without the dot with the arrows instead. My rise from this one to this one is a rise of 0. It doesn't go up. It also doesn't go down. It just doesn't go up or down. So there's a rise of 0. But my run is 2 spaces. Now whether my 2 spaces is to the right or I had chosen differently and my 2 spaces would go to the left, you're going to find that it's not going to make any difference because the slope of my purple line is 0. Horizontal lines, 0 slope. And then red. Let's say the bottom one to the top one. My rise is going to be 1, 2, 3, so that goes on the top, and my run in this case is 0. Well, I can't divide by 0. That's an undefined action. It's an error message. So this red line actually has what we would consider no slope, or we might use the word undefined. So we have positive slopes in black, negative slopes in blue, 0 slopes in purple, and undefined or no slopes if that line is vertical.